Algebraic equations. Solving algebraic equations by undoing what has been done. Draco is Zoot's best friend. Hi there, and thanks for helping me. How old are you? I love it if we start with a math problem. I'm twice as old as Zoot, and together we are 135 years old. Before we start, let's revise. What does it mean to evaluate an expression, 3x? It means we've got the input number and we have to get the output number. So we replace the variable with an input number. It's the same as substitution, you are right. So 3 times x is 3 times negative 6 is negative 18. So we have found the value of the expression. 3 times x is 3 times 4 is 12. So we substituted 4 for x and we found the value of the expression. And the same if x is 0. But what if we have the value of the expression, but we don't know what the input number is? I know it's easy in this case because 3 times 20 is 60. You used inspection, haven't you? But it's not always so easy. So in this lesson, we want to know how to use a flow diagram to solve an equation. In other words, to find the input number. So we've got x. Let's see what happened to x. We multiplied x by 3 to get 60. So in other words, to get the input number, we must just undo what we've done. So take the 60 and divide by 3 instead of multiplying by 3. And then we've got our input number. And we've solved for x. And this is what it means to solve an equation. It's to find the input value. So starting from the output and working backwards to find what the input was is called solving an equation. Wow, that is absolutely fantastic. I love these questions. What happens if our equation is negative 3x is 60? Well, what did we do to the x? We did not subtract 3 from x because the negative 3 is the coefficient of x. We multiplied by negative 3 to get 60. So we start with our answer. We do the opposite, but be careful. We don't divide by a positive 3 because our number that we multiplied was a negative 3. So we just divide but by a negative 3. And that is equal to negative 20. So, to summarize, an equation is an algebraic statement given an unknown variable or constant. Two algebraic expressions are equated, in other words, they equal, to find the value of the unknown variables or constants. So, equation is when one expression is equal to another expression. Yes, absolutely, Draco. And we use equations so that we can solve the unknown values. So, what does it mean to solve an equation? One way of finding the input number, if we have the output number, is to start from the output and working backwards to find what the input was. And this is called solving an equation. But before we start, what is the inverse or the opposite operation of adding 3? Subtracting 3. What about multiplying by 5? Dividing by 5. So let's try. I think of a number and multiply it by 7. I get 56. So that think of a number is the input. The output is 56. So we can use a flow diagram. Think of a number times 7 is 56. Start with 56 but divide by 7. So the number that I thought of was 8. So how do we solve equations using flow diagrams? Let's do a couple of examples. A plus 3 is 10. We have to find the value of a. So what happened to a? We added 3 to get 10. So we start with 10 but subtract 3 and that is 7. Remember to check your answer. So is 7 plus 3 10? Yes, so we solved a. Let's solve this equation. Negative 5b is 30. So b multiplied by negative 5 is equal to 30. Start with 30. And now we will divide but by negative 5. Remember the number stays the same. It's only the operation that must be the inverse operation. And that is equal to negative 6. So b is negative 6. Let's check. Is negative 5 times negative 6 30? Yes. We have to divide by 4 is 6. So 6 multiplied by 4 is 24. Is 24 divided by 4 6? Yes, so we solved the equation. We found the value of the unknown number. What about this one? Z must first be multiplied by 2. Make sure of order of operation. Then we have to add 3, and that is 19. Now, if we do the inverse, we have to do first what we did last when we evaluated the expression. So we first have to undo, we have to subtract 3, and then we divide by 2, and that is 8. Let's check our solution. Is 2 times 8 plus 3 19? Yes, so we solved the equation. What about this one? Times 3 minus 2, and then we add 2 and divide by 3. Let's check. Is 3 times 6 minus 2 16? Yes. What about this one? P divided by 4, and then we subtract 3, and that is 9. So if we add 3 to 9 and then times by 4, we get 48. Is 48 divided by 4 minus 3 equal to 9? Yes. So we solved the equation. We found the value of the unknown number. Let's apply. Let's go to Shapeland and revisit the triangles. The perimeter of the following triangle is 32 centimeters. What does the word perimeter mean? It's the distance around a shape. So we have to find the length of the unknown angle, the unknown side, which is 2x. So we first write down an equation. We know that if we add all the sides, it will give us the perimeter. So 2x plus 15 plus 9, which is 2x plus 24, is 32. So we use a flow diagram to solve this. We times by 2 plus 24 is 32. So we undo by subtracting 24 and then dividing by 2. So x is 4. This means that 2x is 8. Therefore, the missing side is 8. Let's get back to our original question. We still need to know how old Draco is. Well, he's twice as old as Zoot, so he must be 2x and Zoot x. And together they are 135. So let's use our flow diagram, and we've solved the case. Draco is 45 years. No, that's not Draco's age. Zoot is 45 years old because Zoot is x. And since Draco is 2x, Draco must be 2 times 45. So Draco is 90 years old. Sure, he's an old guy. So why do we have to solve, why do we have to know how to solve equations? Yes, because we have to learn how to solve real life problems.